Welcome back to Musicians Hangout with your host, Crash Fistfight, the Booty Pop Moosey, and Maxine Maxwell of the Maxwells.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. Oh my gosh, it is so great to be back. Thanks so much for tuning in tonight. We missed you all.
Another week down.
Yeah, and we've got an amazing guest for tonight that we will introduce to you in just a few minutes. I wanted to shout out to Sons of the Forest for sending us this awesome
Hell yes.
Yes, one for you, girl, and one for me.
Oh, hell yes.
To our friends of Sons of the Forest.
Cheers with the ginger beer.
Yeah, we love the free merch, guys. Keep it coming. Thank you. All right, so I'll go over our mission statement, and you want me to introduce our guest for tonight. I know you do. Okay, here we go. So, year 4, Musicians Hangout. Our mission statement is to be part of a revolution to create friendships with other artists and build a community network to save music. And we are going to introduce to you Tanya Candler of Kitty. Yes. Hello.
Hey, girls. Hello.
And if you guys don't know who Kitty is, man, you're dumb. Because those ladies melt your damn face off and they'll rock your fucking socks off.
Pioneers of metal for women,
if
you
guys. Don't know who Kitty is, you might be like younger.
Right? You're too young.
True.
Although it's coming back.
Sometimes I forget my age.
The kids love it. It's coming back with the kids.
They do. I was going to say, I'm a teacher. I teach high school. They know who Kitty is. They're excited. They're super stoked I have you on my show.
Because their parents.
I got to tell my Kitty story real quick.
Okay. Yes. Oh, yeah.
So I went and saw Kitty open up for Devil Driver here in Seattle. And I love Devil Driver. Love Devil Driver. I've followed Devil Driver since the beginning of time. Cool. That was my very first Kitty experience. And this girl was like, "Who are you here to see?" And I was like, "Devil Driver." And she's like, "You're not here to see Kitty?" And I was like, "I honestly have never heard of Kitty." And she was going to fight me because I didn't know who Kitty was.
Oh, no.
And I was like, "Okay, but can I at least see them before you fight me over them, for crying out loud?" And yes,
you saw them and you were like, "Holy shit!"
Ladies melted my face.
There's no reason to fight. Like, if you want to fight in a mosh pit, like, go for it.
Right, but this was on a balcony, and I was just literally just trying to watch a show, and this girl was just like, kind of fight me over it.
Whoa, no. We're not about fighting. We're about friendship.
No, exactly.
That's being nice.
Yeah.
And like on a balcony is scary. It's like you could have gone over. Like,
yeah, and it was on edge too.
That's 9 lives. She would have lived, but it would have.
I find metal fans are nice, like generally, and
we are
kind to each other.
Nice.
It's like a community,
right?
Yes. That's why I was so taken aback at this girl. And you know what? I've never seen her at a show ever since. Never.
Same. Well, I haven't had too much bad stuff.
Because we are more like family. We're like brothers and sisters in this metal universe together. And I always feel pretty safe at a metal concert. So like, I don't know. I just fit in with these peeps.
If you're moshing and you fall down, everybody stops to pick you up.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's the most, I find it's the most like inclusive place to be. I feel like, exactly.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what it is. If like even like I have a friend who's in a wheelchair. They put him up in the mosh pit, and they make sure he's okay and he comes down.
I love that. That's so cool.
Yes.
And nobody gets hurt. Like there are the days that I remember of like circle beating pits.
Yeah, we've all been there.
Yeah, because that's our age, right? That's just our age group.
And it's the pit.
Now, I don't want any piercings ripped out. I want to be okay. I'd rather be up on stage, not getting my butt kicked.
Right?
Yes.
I'm getting too old for that.
We've all got like a good whooping and a good like groping from being in the mosh pit.
Yep.
Yes.
Every female has gotten that.
Oh yeah. Especially the groping part.
Oh, you know what? I've always been too old for that shit.
Right? Oh my gosh, I hear you. It's so overrated, seriously.
It's like now I know why most, like I think, like Juliette Lewis the other day was talking about crowd surfing, and she said that like most people are like really good, but then you get those like bad apples that want to just.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's why we got to watch out for each other too. Like us girls, we got to watch out for each other, and we've got our brothers watching out for us too.
We do. We have brothers and sisters looking for us, like looking out everywhere. And that's the great thing about like the metal world and music world too, because we get together because we have this common bond. But then we've got this common bond that's also kind of taking care of each other because it's like a family that you choose for yourself.
Exactly.
It definitely is. And yeah, there's people who take advantage of that. There really are. But for the most part, I was afraid to enter the music industry because of some of the sexism and
misogyny.
Yeah. But Seattle definitely opened my eyes to a totally different industry.
Yeah.
It's better. I'm not going to say that it's all good, but it's
definitely not all good. No.
Yeah. Oh, no, we still get the, you play drums pretty good
for a girl band.
Yeah.
Like,
pretty good for a girl. And it's like, okay, well, I guess you play guitar pretty good for a dude. I don't know. Like
yeah.
I know girls that could totally kick your ass in a guitar fight. So
yeah.
If you want to go that way.
Our chat room, our comments are just blowing up.
I know, I see them. And
Squatch, Kitty, keep it squatchy. Hi. Tanya, hey, keep it squatchy, Black Sky. We love you guys, our Ohio peeps.
Our Ohio peeps.
We got Rebecca and Seth and Brandino.
Let me see if this is blowing up here.
Oh, yeah. If you guys have any questions for Tanya, you let us know. I have a question for you, Tanya.
Oh, yes.
I have. What is yours?
First of all, where are you streaming from tonight? Where are you at?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you in Canada?
Yes, I am. And it is like an ice storm right now. And it's crazy.
Oh, man. It's crazy.
And it's like,
we're having some
it's like we're having bad weather. Yeah. They said we're going to lose our power and stuff. So all of a sudden, if I go dark, you'll know where I am.
Okay, good enough.
Stranded in the ice storm.
So do you have a generator for such ice storms in Canada?
No, not me personally, but
I have one. I have a generator.
You're smart.
I
do too.
That's smart.
If my power goes, then I'm okay. But
here's the thing: we lost power a few months ago, and I lost power for like 4 days. And I have tarantulas, and it was like 53 degrees inside the house. So yeah, it was bad. I almost lost my tarantulas.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so we had on the 4th day we went and got a generator. And like the next day the power came on, but still.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Oh, that's right. You guys got a generator. I'm glad you did because I've been worried about you not having one.
Yeah, no, we live in the forest.
All right. So ask and you will receive. We got Sean in the house. He has a question for Tanya.
Oh, yeah.
If you could offer one piece of advice for an aspiring bass player, what would it be?
One question about that.
Honestly, my fan.
Play a bass that suits you, Sean. Honestly, don't go with whatever bass your favorite band likes, or what your favorite person recommends. Go what fits with your hands and feels right. Go to the music store. That's what I used to do. Go down to the music store. Don't pick it based on color. Go with what feels right. Pick it up, play a bunch, see what you like, and also be responsible with your price range. Because if it's your first bass,
that's a good one. Be responsible with your price range.
Don't drop, a mint on you're not gonna buy some brand new Rickenbacker. You're not gonna
$4,500.
Exactly.
Right.
They're heavy as hell and they're expensive. Exactly.
My bass was like $187. It's an Ibanez, and I love it.
If it was an Ibanez. Yeah. Sweet. Cool. Good advice. Tanya, how did you get started as a musician? What inspired you?
Honestly, my dad. My dad would listen to records with me constantly, like all as a kid growing up, and he played guitar and he had a myriad of guitars. So I was like, I'm gonna just pick up his guitars. So he let me pick up his guitars, and then I just kept playing guitar and taught myself. He was like, after I was like 7 years old, he was kind of like, you're on your own. You can figure this out, kid. You're smart. So my dad was like really cool with me, but he still like jammed with me and stuff. So I'd listen to records with him and I'd play along with the records. And he listened to a lot of like Led Zeppelin. He listened to a lot of Sabbath. He listened to a lot of old classic sort of metal. So I'd lie on his back, like in the living room while we listened to records. And I kind of lie down like this. And I'd play along with all those records. And that's how I learned. And then when I joined Kitty, they were like, hey, we don't have a bass player. I'm like, I don't have a fucking bass. What am I going to do? So I bought a bass. My dad bought me a bass for Christmas because he was like my biggest supporter ever.
Oh,
and
I love
he was
that.
the bomb.
Cool.
And I recently lost my dad, so it's been rough without him.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. He was but he was like my biggest like music supporter ever.
Yeah. Oh, it's so hard.
He bought me my first pink bass. It's not plugged in, but it's here.
Cool. Let's see it.
Oh my God. Yes.
Oh,
that's the Kitty bass.
Hell yes. Oh my gosh. Yes.
Yeah. Because Mercedes has the pink drum.
Yes. She still has it with her little teddy bear. Sort of like, it's like a teddy bear or a cat. I think it's on it. It's like really fuzzy. And she has it since we were like 12 years old.
Oh my God, I did not know that, but yes, she still had it last time.
I guess I didn't realize how young you guys were. I remember I read about you in Metal Edge and Guitar World when I was in high school. So
yeah,
dating myself.
We were in high school too.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. You guys were such just kids.
So intrigued by you guys because I'm like, wait, these chicks are doing this? They're from Canada. I'm from North Dakota. So it's like you guys were just like North Dakota. Like what?
Well, you know, it was weird for girls here too, because girls were like,
"Yeah,
I don't like this."
And I played bass then, so you were definitely an idol for me growing up.
That's awesome.
So
here it wasn't so much like that, just because I come from a conservative place.
I get that. Like, me too.
London is really conservative, and everybody, like all the moms, like wear their jeans up to like here.
Oh,
and it's just like we weren't well received in like in our own hometown. So of course, like you always have to get out of your comfort zone to get into the good places, right? So we fucked off and went to bigger cities and stuff. We went to like Toronto, and then we went to New York and stuff. When we went to New York, we really kind of like blew up everything that we see. We went. I think someone went to go see us with like Biohazard one night.
Oh yeah.
And
oh wow. Yes.
Then after like we played, everybody like left. I'm like, the other bands are here.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That happens. It really does.
Happens, and it was like sad, but it was like a bunch of like, you know, suits in a room, like looking to sign a record contract.
Yeah.
And then like normal people came in to see the concert.
Then the normal people came and they bought drinks.
Exactly. They bought drinks. They had to, because you were allowed to smoke inside in
way back.
Canada's cool because like you're allowed to have legal weed, but then you can't smoke in bars.
Oh, I didn't know that. Huh? I didn't know.
Canada, there's no smoking like anywhere.
Oh yeah, there's not a lot of smoking indoors here at clubs. There's not a lot of places.
No, but Washington, we do have the marijuana.
You have marijuana in Washington. It goes by. It varies like state to state, right?
Yes, it does vary state to state here.
Yep. So
you would think it would be the whole damn country, but no.
Not yet. But probably someday, you know.
Hopefully, we'll get enough people in power that have green eyes that will want to.
They just need to see the health benefits of the plant.
There's a lot of health benefits, definitely.
Extremely.
I think that's why they kept it suppressed and under prohibition for so long.
Yes. Like, did you know that the hemp plant was actually supposed to be on the $10 bill, but they took it off and they made hemp illegal. Yeah, they made hemp illegal because it took away from the cotton.
Exactly. And it takes away from big pharmaceutical companies.
Yep.
It's all
rather sell their big pills that are going to get you addicted, and tell you kind of what they want to tell you, instead of feeling what you're going to feel by taking something that was like a plant that was made like on Earth, not screwed around with in a laboratory or something. You know,
Johnny Appleseed planted a damn seed, and a plant came up, and that's the end of it. That's its story.
Exactly. I'm like, and then they want to. And then they want to chop it down.
It bloomed.
All right, so I am trying to say hi to everybody in this chat room, you guys. I know I shout out everybody, and it's been amazing to have you guys tune in. Again, let us know if you guys have questions for Tanya. Super excited that you guys are as excited as we are to have her on.
Yes.
So how old were you when you started with Kitty? You mentioned something about, being 12. Are you serious?
Oh, no, I wasn't quite 12, but I joke about, I was like 14 when I started like jamming.
But still, that's crazy.
And
that's so cool, dude.
And my parents were like, "What are you going over there to do?" I'm like, "Going to have a band practice,
Go jam.
And the first time I went over there, I was kind of like afraid to go over there because I wasn't like goth yet, and they were all like scarier than me.
Oh,
so I had to like, I went on to like the thrift shop and got on like a sexy black negligee, and then I got some like fishnet tights with like rainbow stuff on them, and I wore like a steampunk thing, and I drew an upside down cross on my head. I was like going all out.
Totally
like,
goth.
These bitches are gonna love me. And so I went in. And I played. I didn't even have an amp at the time. I played my bass through their dad's like stereo. And the other girl who was actually supposed to show up and audition got high on acid and freaked out and couldn't come out.
That's a good start.
It's a true story. I'm like, don't get messed up on acid. I was there.
We don't do hard drugs. Ta-da! This has been.
So she was tripping balls in her room, and I was jamming.
Nice.
So that's how Kitty started.
Exactly. And I met the girls, like I knew Fallon from before, like from like school and stuff like that. And then I met Morgan and Mercedes outside of a Tea Party concert when I know a Tea Party is like I don't know if you know Tea Party, but they're like a Canadian band that's like a three-piece, kind of dark. They're kind of like The Doors had a baby with Joy Division.
Yes.
And we had gone to see their concert. And this was at the time where like nobody smoked weed because we were like real young.
Well, yeah,
they smoked weed inside of concerts,
and like very looked down on in our culture,
big time.
Mm-hmm.
We got a contact high, and we came out of this concert. We're like, whoa! And sounds like, these are my friends in this band. Do you want to join it? I'm just like, yeah, I want to join this band. So that's kind of how it happened. It was just like, I'm all about the love. I want to join this band and hug everybody.
Oh my God, because you were high at a concert.
Oh yeah. That's kind of like a revolving door as a child for me. I was high at a concert.
Concerts, they're great, man. They're great. I mean, Crash and I went to a concert last year together.
Yes.
Cypress Hill opened for Slipknot.
That
crowd, high, like, oh God, that contact.
Cypress Hill, and we got like we were way up in the nosebleeds, and this guy's like, "Hey, I'll give you tickets to like 3 rows closer," and we're like, "No, man, we're good." And this lady was like, "Hey, check it out. You want to go down?" And we're like, "Well, fuck yeah, we want to go down."
Yeah.
So we got like down 4 rows from like the pit.
Yeah.
From the floor.
Yeah, from the floor, yeah.
And Cypress, like you didn't have to look at the big screens. You could just look at the stage.
See them, like.
And they were smoking weed, and we got high.
Just being behind them.
Yeah, just from being there,
Just like, being there. The whole place was actually smoking weed at that point when Cypress Hill was
happened to me so many times, and it's just been a big purple cloud.
Our friend's daughter, I'm like, don't inhale, Taylor.
Oh my gosh.
Your friend's daughter.
Yeah, like, and I was driving, so
but she's like 16.
Yeah, so you want to be careful. Yeah, just like don't breathe too deep.
Careful, but at least we had Slipknot in between to kind of like dissipate the fog a little bit. Yeah,
that happened to me.
Don't breathe in, kids.
It happened to me at a Dream Theater concert.
My
dad took me to a Dream Theater concert. It was like Dream Theater and Yes, which was weird.
Wow.
But it was a good concert. And we brought one of our guitar students, but he was like 14 at the time. And I'm like,
oh, shit.
Don't breathe deep, kid. I'm like, you're going to get higher than Snoop Dogg. This is not going to be good. It was a good concert. And then I went to another concert where I got really stoned, not on my own accord. There was a lady in front of me. I went to go see Heart. Heart is probably one of my favorite bands.
Love Heart.
They're so good. I've seen them.
Roger Fisher is actually the guitarist for Heart. He lives here like 7 miles away from my house.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy. They're amazing. And I mean, they spent some time in Canada. I think I've seen Heart probably 10 or 12 times.
Nice.
I love it. But there was this lady the last time I went, and we got seats, and she was sitting in front of us. And I don't know if she'd taken just like some pot or she'd taken some like date rape drug. I don't know. She was feeling good. But she was like putting her hair all over my lap and being like, this band is so good. Like she was loving it. Like she was like living her best life. But her hair was all over my lap. So I couldn't like enjoy the show because I was laughing my head off.
Like, whoa, lady.
Just like this lady is like stranger danger over here. Struggle snuggle going on.
Heart had all these CGI butterflies that were flying everywhere.
Oh, wow.
It was awesome.
That would be trippy.
And it was like right before they split up.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Because they split up because they had like sister drama.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Sibling rivalry.
It happens.
Yeah.
That's why I've never been a band with my sister. Me out. Katie rules. Hi, everybody. Rules. Like Ted.
Ted.
Hey.
Kitty's still going. They're still playing like shows. Yes. They're doing all kinds of stuff. They're doing I think they did Heaven and Hell in Mexico a little while ago. So they're still playing lots of like live shows.
I saw that.
I'm friends with Mercedes on Facebook.
Awesome.
That's really cool. I dig that.
Tight ass drummer.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
She really is. Like the whole time she played, I just watched her intensely because I was getting into drums then, just getting into drums. So that was my whole thing, is just watch drummers. I feel kind of creepy about it sometimes.
Oh, it's not creepy. Her secret is she like players in bare feet.
Oh, I get kind of creepy about it because like I'll kind of wander to the side of the stage and just kind of just be like, I get creepy about it.
Creepy? No, you have to learn.
Yeah,
exactly. I'm just learning technique. But
I stare at the drummers. You know that. How often do drummers get stared at? I guess
not very often.
We're women.
As much as bass players get stared at.
Right. Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're the bass player. I'm like,
bring home more chicks than you though, dude, bro.
Yeah, brofo. Don't even trip.
Don't even trip, man.
The only time I've ever gotten like I've had to get really like smarmy as a bass player is like we were playing a show with, I think it was like Life of Agony or something, and we were playing in Brooklyn, and it was like we were playing at L'Amour's, and L'Amour's is like a really rough ass club.
Yeah.
And some guy got up in my face. I don't know what he was saying. And like before, the club had been closed because somebody got their neck broken and like killed at a show. So I was like, okay,
oh my God,
let's play here. So we're playing here. Like all the bouncers are like jacked. They have no necks. They're like so scary looking.
Yes.
These are so
we know these people. Yes.
Oh yeah. And so this guy comes up to the stage and just starts mouthing me. I'm like, uh-oh. I'm like, what am I going to do? And he comes at me. So the only thing I had in my hands was my bass. So I just did a 360 and I whacked this ass with my bass.
You got me street tripping, boo.
Yes, dude.
I was like, that's for you. I got a couple dollars coming your way. He left me alone after that. He didn't like mouth.
Fucking
everybody else was good. And then the bouncers like bounced him out of there.
That's what they
like
do.
I said, you got me straight tripping, boo.
He had me really tripping.
You have some crazy ass stories because you've toured the world. So you've seen a lot of fucking shit, man. Like
it's more like bands I've seen and like things I've seen is more than shows that I've played have been crazier.
Really? Do you have stories
we've seen
that you can
like
share
I've seen
with us?
some weird shit, like weird clubs, like clubs that you didn't think what they were when you go into them. So like I go into a club, I'm like, oh, there's gonna be a rock club. They're like, come on up to our lounge upstairs, and you find out it's like a strip club, and there's a pole, and you can slide onto the stage. When you
I think I've been to that club.
Grand Rapids, Michigan. I think I was like 16 years old. I'm sure my mom's proud of this shit. I like slid down a stripper pole, which I probably should have like slid down with a Lysol wipe. Because probably just like snail trail all over it.
5,000 other ladies have been
sliding down that pole. But I had like a blow up doll on my back because when we used to do Kitty and I used to do Paper Doll, I used to bite.
God, I fucking love Paper Doll too. I do. Oh my God.
So many dolls have lost their crotches because of that song. My teeth are still sharp. Yes. I did it at like my current partner, like Rob did the Kitty like live documentary, and they bought me a blow up doll for it. But it was like this big because I was pregnant when I played the Kitty reunion. I was like 16 months pregnant.
You were
16 months. I felt like I was 16 months.
I was gonna say 16. Wait, I mean I don't know math very well.
You are a vampire.
Like, I'm actually an elephant. My gestation period is 2 years.
I'm like, well, I'm a drummer. I can only count to 4, but I'm pretty sure that's too many. That's too many. Many. That's 3 4s.
I'm gonna die. No, I was 6 months pregnant with my daughter, and I think that's why she is like the way she is. My like husband will often be like, she's like the second coming of Courtney Love.
Oh my
like
God.
My son is like never goes between like a 2 and a 4. He's like Burton Cummings. He's just like he'll play a Rhapsody and he'll just chill out.
Yes. Oh my God, I love you.
Meanwhile,
me and my
got
daughter
Courtney Love over there just wreaking
today.
heaven.
She was like she's obsessed with Wednesday, like the Wednesday show on Netflix. She doesn't watch it because she's 5, but I'll let her like see the pictures, and she wants to dress up in all the black goth stuff. So it's like actually kind of awesome. I love it too because I was like, when I have a little girl, I bet you she's gonna wear like pink and want to wear princess stuff, but she's got the perfect mix of like princess and goth princess.
Oh, I love it. Yes.
She's like Vampirina.
Oh, my favorite.
So now you got a Wednesday, so that's cool.
Yes.
Like I literally told our friend Gina when she did my bangs, I'm like, I want Wednesday bangs.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the bangs too.
And she did it. She accomplished. Mission accomplished. I cut my own
Wednesday
bangs.
Gorgeous.
We
got a question for you in the chat.
Ooh.
It's our Tornado King.
Ooh, Kashaka.
Dude. Does your guest have any stories about Fear Factory?
Yes.
I saw Kitty with them at the Newport Music Hall in Columbus, Ohio, and met Kitty there. Fuck yeah, dude.
I remember playing with Fear Factory, one show specifically. We played with Fear Factory. I don't remember the one in Ohio, but I remember one in New York City. We played with them at, it was like a weird club at the meatpacking district. So there was all kinds of like slabs of beef hanging all over the place and the water looked dirty, but the club was nice. Dude. And that night we'd gone to see REM. So then we'd gone to go play with Fear Factory and I think Biohazard. And upstairs in this club, they had a wicked grand piano. So I went up to the top of the club with the singers of some of the bands, and we all sat down at the piano, and most of them actually knew how to play like classically.
wow.
I know how to play classically too.
That's
So it's kind of cool
badass.
to sit around with all these like metal dudes, you know, all these
Yeah,
weird.
play classical fucking piano. That's awesome.
Yep. We're like
Yes.
playing like David Bowie on piano, and someone's playing
Fuck
classic. Just fun. Queen, just fun stuff. Elton John.
That's cool as shit.
Yes.
So
That's
those
like-
stories are like fun. It's like not sitting around like in sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Yeah.
No, it's the
fun.
behind the
Not
scenes when you're
always
just. Because here's the
Yeah,
thing, everybody thinks that rock and roll is just all sex, drugs, and rock and roll. It's
Yeah.
none of that.
It is if
None
you
of
want
that.
to die.
Yeah.
I guess, but like any show
Exactly.
I ever go or play or whatever, I mean, yeah, there's rock and roll, but there's no sex and drugs. But I mean, there are some crazy times.
There's crazy times, and it's hid in the little corners of the clubs, but you don't
But
have to
it's
be out of it.
it's
You know?
fun, innocent, precious moments, as we like to
Yes.
call them.
Yes. Man, and
Being
I just like
weird.
I like being weird and geeking out with my fellow musicians, like I like talking
too.
shop and sharing about, songs, bands, music that I really dig, things that I want to do, goals that I have.
What did you girls like grow up listening to? Like what did you like?
I grew up on classic metal mostly and rock. So 70s, 80s, 90s metal. And that's basically my sound. I'm a very I'm into grunge, I'm into metal, so I've merged the two worlds. My husband and I are a two-piece power duo, and we write metal.
I grew up listening to classic rock, but I also kind of was into the alternative stuff too.
Yeah.
So back then they call them mods. I'm still not sure exactly what a mod is, but they called them mods back in the day.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so I grew up listening to that. I don't know. I listen to all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of different stuff now.
And I also listen to classical stuff.
I mean, like even metal comes from a lot of classical stuff. Like even listening to classic players like Yngwie Malmsteen and stuff that just play on guitar, all that kind of stuff. Django Reinhardt, that's major metal stuff.
Yes. Like I grew up playing first chair viola for the Denver Junior Symphony. So I did a lot of classical stuff. And that helped when I started playing bass.
Oh, yeah, your theory will show.
Yeah, it does. I grew up in a very rural area in North Dakota, so I was able to be in choir and in band at a very young age. So I started choir at 5 and drumming at 10. So I was able to be exposed to, pep band, classical band that we did for concerts, and some jazz. So I got a little taste of everything because I grew up in a rural area that allowed me to do so. And I feel blessed because I don't know if I'd be able to, do that if I were in a bigger city.
Probably not. That's pretty lucky to do that.
Yeah.
We were super diverse in London.
A lot. So I enjoy doing marching band as well. So
yeah,
I was in guitar in school because guitar was like a bird course. Actually, Fallon and I took it together. And we had like a crush on one of our teachers. He was so cute. He looked like one of the guys from Korn. I'm like, and we like even like named him one of the guys from Korn. And I was like, oh, he's so cute. Let's take his class. So we did because it was a bird course. And they're like, you can go to Amsterdam if you take this guitar course. I'm like, you can go to Amsterdam? Okay.
We're going to Amsterdam, bro.
Let's take this guitar course and go to Amsterdam.
Damn.
So we took the class. It was easy. It was fun. You know what I mean? And then after that, kind of high school kind of tapered off for us because it was time to go onto the road and no more high school, except high school on the road.
Yeah. So you did. So you got to go to Amsterdam, just not with guitar class.
No, I went to Amsterdam with guitar class.
Oh, hell yeah. At least you got to go to Amsterdam.
They let us loose in Amsterdam. Probably not a good idea.
All right, we got another
district. Don't know how we got there.
Matt has a question for you from the chat. I'm curious now too. Okay, Maxine, can you ask Tanya if she knows our tattoo artist Magenta? So Magenta is in Renton, Washington. I have a feeling she does. She always talked about Kitty, and Magenta knows everyone. She does know a lot of people, and lots of female musicians. So you might have met Magenta back in the
I
day.
might know her, and some of the girls might know her because believe it or not, this is hilarious, I don't have any tattoos anywhere on my body. No, I don't even have my ears. I don't have my ears pierced.
Whoa.
Dude, that is so rare. But you know what? I'm finding
crazy.
more and more people. I think you're like the 4th or 5th person that I know that doesn't have any tattoos or piercings.
What's funny is I am getting a tattoo for my dad because after my dad passed away, I went to a medium and I got in contact with my dad and she was like, your dad wants you to get a tattoo. And I was like, she's like, it's going to be of an oak tree. I'm like, my dad's planted as an oak tree. She's like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah. She's like, yeah, he wants you to get a tattoo. I was like, so I'm getting some of his ashes put into my tattoo.
I have some of my dad's tattoo, or some of my dad's ashes
I think it'll be
in the tattoo of my granddaughter's name.
I love that.
Aww. I love
that I did.
Family tattoos.
Yeah.
So I did my own tattoo.
That's cool.
Yeah, she's a tattoo artist. Oh, another question popped up. Don Olson wants to know, how is the scene up in Ontario? Is there still a hardcore metal
scene? Is good. Like, it's not as much of a hardcore metal scene, but there is a good hardcore scene here and a lot of good indie bands. Like a lot of good bands that are, it's more politicized, I would say.
So do you go out and watch local bands?
Do I watch? Yes, I do. Mostly in the summer. I'm not a big fan of like inside concerts anymore.
Gotcha.
It's so loud for me and I'm neurodivergent big time.
Oh.
So I go and see a lot of outdoor concerts. I love festivals and I follow everyone who is like in town. And then I'll go to a festival and like hand out. I'm like, you obviously know Mike the Hemp Wizard.
Yes,
he has introduced me to you lovely ladies. Like Mike is awesome. So I'll go to a festival and just hand out some grooming oils because mine aren't just for like your hair up here. See, your lotion.
Yes.
Exactly.
Right backwards then.
And is yours strawberry switchblade? What smell is it?
No, it's Harmony.
Ah.
And it's like apple pie and
vanilla ice cream.
Oh, damn. Yeah. And it's got those good like Blue Dream terpenes in it too.
Yes, ma'am.
Look this up, man.
It's good for your skin. I have to get it when I come to America because it can't come to Canada right now.
What?
I know.
Well, and I hear you might be coming to America, maybe.
You hear right. It's like, well, we're moving in the next like month or two. We got our dream house.
Hell yes.
Because I need like a bigger office for between like the recording studio stuff and then like the beard oil kind of stuff. I need 2 separate like worlds.
Yeah, you do. Well, and you do your own YouTube channel too. Is that part of your studio?
Yeah, so I need that for like my podcast and stuff like that because like that is now I'm just going every like 2 weeks because the grooming company's got me kind of like moving my ass a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like a lot to do, so it's fun and it's like I'm making people like soft and ladies are starting to buy the products and instead of putting like beard balm on, they're using it as like beaver butter.
Oh,
because like
they should put it in their hair too.
That's how I started using beard oil.
Yes, I put it in my hair, like in my ends. And
I bet you use Mike's in your hair. Yeah.
Oh yes, I do. Well, of course I'm going to use Harmony.
Yes, it smell like our scent.
And you smell nice. It lasts for a long time. You're gonna help your like split ends.
Long time,
and it's good for your scalp.
Yep.
Yes.
And if you're gonna dye your hair, if you're
great
like
for your skin,
that kind of person who dyes your hair a lot, throw it in there.
Yep.
And I want to smell like you girls now. Yeah, it's good if you dye your hair because I dye my hair a ton. This is not my natural color.
My hair isn't black and purple usually. I mean, it doesn't grow that way.
Yeah, I look like I came right from Poland. This is not natural.
Right?
I've got.
I don't know. Oh, I like that. I like that's fun.
Totally
It's a
natural.
Totally. I'd like you were born like that. You were born this way.
Absolutely.
Yeah, my hair always turns purple at the ends. It's weird.
Because Sean
did.
has another
disorder.
Tanya. Who's your favorite bass player?
Ooh.
Ooh.
My favorite play ever. I'm like a funk master to the end. I love Bootsy Collins and I love
Yes!
Those are my two favorite bass players.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
And I also love Susie Quattro. I can't lie. Susie Quattro is the shit.
Fuck yeah.
Susie Quattro is amazing. But like I love funk and stuff like that. So like
I love that.
Before I was even like talking to you guys, I was listening to Stevie Wonder, and then I like slowed it down and started playing Linda Ronstadt on piano because I'm that kid who loves Linda Ronstadt.
We are friends with Get Shorty, who played for James Brown.
Cool.
And Michael Jackson and Jermaine Jackson and about 800,000 other funky people.
Yeah, he sat in with quite a few of the pop and the funk people.
Like I love those funk bands. Like I love those
work,
traveling, walking bass bands because of being part of a rhythm section.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Drums and bass, they like this. Drums and bass kind of go together. You know?
Yes.
If there's something that's really drum and bassy, I love that.
Dude, I dig that. Okay, Sean's got a question. One more question before I head out. You can't leave yet. We're not done.
No, you can't leave, Sean.
Right here, Sean. Come on.
I play with a big Fender heavy pick, a gigantic one. I played with my fingers in Kitty, but now it's all pick, and that's actually from my dad. I use a pick every time, and I have better control with it now. I find maybe it's because I'm getting older, but I also play a short scale bass, so it's the size of a guitar.
Oh,
because I'm small. I'm like 4'10".
Oh shit, you are tiny.
I'm a little shit.
I'm like, you're fucking tiny.
I'm a small little troll.
I didn't know you were so tiny. I mean, I knew you were tiny, but I didn't know you
put like a picture on my Instagram and like in front of like a measuring tape.
Oh my god, I gotta see this.
Like I thought maybe like 5.
You must be this tall to ride the ride, and you're looking up.
Like when we go to like Disney and stuff, I'm like,
am I tall enough?
I know. I'm like, can I get on the rock and roller coaster with Aerosmith?
Fuck
Dream on, bitch. Dream on. You're not going anywhere.
That is a good ride too. That is a fucking good ride.
I know. They let me on the Tower of Terror though, and I almost shit myself.
Oh, I love that one too. Oh man, but I like Terror. God, I love Terror.
Oh, that one feels like being in a sensory deprivation tank and an overload for me. And then they just drop your ass out a window.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, the Tower of Terror.
Yes. And I went when it was Twilight theme because they've changed it to, I want to say Guardians of the Galaxy now to be a little more up to date. But
it's not scary.
Fucking classic. I know. Fucking classic with the Twilight Zone.
Twilight Zone is the best.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't go during Twilight Zone. I think it was like an Eddie Murphy Haunted Mansion or something.
Haunted
Mansion? The Haunted Mansion is a different ride. The Tower of Terror, it's like an elevator that drops you.
Yeah.
And the
no. I know what it was. It was Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Because they change it.
Yep.
Yeah, it was Nightmare Before Christmas.
Because the night before Christmas, they changed the what you call it?
Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
Yeah, they change it for the season. I've seen it both times.
They do. And I
haven't been there that much, just twice, but I've been there in different seasons. So
when I lived in California, I was going it seemed like every weekend.
Oh, my friends go to California and like Disney Adventure and like Disney World are so different. Like they're so completely it's a different entity. Like we've been to Disney World so many times. The first time I went to Disney World, I took a 9-month-old baby with me and a 3-year-old kid, and we drove. Everyone's like, "Are you guys messed in the head?"
You're like super mom. What the hell?
And our eldest son has diabetes.
Oh,
so it's like, are you guys crazy? I'm like, a little bit. We can do this.
First time I took my kids to Disneyland, my youngest was 6 months old and my oldest was 3.
See? Yeah, it's like it's the happiest place on earth.
I hated every
everyone
second
at
of it.
Disney World is like there to help you.
Every time I go to Disney, I'm like, why do I keep coming back here? This is not
the worst part
happiest
about being
thing
at Disney World is we got stuck on the Peter Pan ride.
Oh.
We were going like up in the air. They're like, you can fly, you can fly, you can fly. And then we stopped.
And you
are
like, flying still.
I'm like, does anybody have a Xanax? Get me off this shit.
Because it keeps repeating
that. And then it's
exactly.
Like, you can fly, but I don't want to fly anymore. Where's Captain Hook?
And every time they said fly, I thought about die, and just like falling in the water. And my kids are like sitting there with me, being like, "Mom, is it gonna be okay?" I'm like,
"You're gonna be fine, honey.
Like, we can die, we can
die, we can die.
It's fine."
And then of course, like my son like looks at me, and he's kind of like snarky sometimes. He's just like, "Mom," I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "You're screwed." I'm like,
I love that.
Thanks for the pep talk, son.
I know, eh? It's because you know, and he's like, this is because you almost like drowned me in the hotel pool. I'm like, I didn't mean to. I only turned around for 2 seconds. He's like, all bad parents say that. I'm like,
wow, throw me under the bus, kid.
I'll turn around for another 2 seconds and keep that up, boy.
I know, eh?
We're going on Mr. Toad's ride next.
I always get told because like
I'll put you back on that Peter Pan ride.
I'm like, you know what? Now. You were a C-section. I will put you back.
We'll put you back in this.
Because he's always says, "How did I?" Oh yeah, he will. I'm going Mr. Toad's Wild Ride.
Yep. Yes.
Before or after he licks him.
Oh my God! Yes, classic.
But it has to be one of like the trippy toads that have like the weird like neurotoxin poison in them.
And your kid's like, the snozberries taste like snozberries.
And you know what's funny? Snozberries. What I found out, I did a deep dive for like a stupid podcast. I was like, and I was finding out about weird things in movies, and snozberries actually mean penises.
No shit.
Hidden gem for you in Willy Wonka.
Oh my God.
And isn't it Veruca Salt who says
it is
the snozberries taste like snozberries?
I'm like, don't ruin the band for me. Don't ruin the band for me. Don't
do it.
It's like Louise
great
Post,
band,
who was like my idol from Veruca Salt. She's my favorite.
Oh my God.
Yes. Veruca Salt is my favorite
her one
because
day
of
on
that
Instagram,
band.
and then her and I started talking back and forth because our kids and I have a lot in common.
What?
So when she like got back to me on Instagram, I like went to the bathroom and puked. I was like, I'm gonna die right now.
Now that fangirl.
Veruca Salt just got back to me.
I nerded out so bad. I like circled it and like put it in my stories. I'm like, oh,
look at this shit.
I was like, look at Louise Post. She's so cool. And like on her lives, she'll like we talk back and forth. I'm like,
oh,
dude, that's
I'm
cool.
gonna die.
That is so cool.
You know,
she's like nice, and she's like a normal human.
Well, and that's the thing. We're all just normal human people.
Yes. Yeah.
And
it's other people that put us up on pedestals.
I agree.
Like
people think there's a weird pyramid, and there's not.
No, we're just normal people. We do normal day stuff. We fart and poop.
Yep, I fart more than most people.
I don't know. I might got you beat.
I challenge you to a fart off.
Challenge accepted.
We'll never be able to tell online. We have to do this in person. So this is
happening.
Exactly. When
it's
like
August, it's on.
Guys always get get mad because they get afraid of girls they get afraid of the 3 P's. And the 3 P's are these things: poo, pee, period.
Yeah.
They're like, nope.
Yeah, you weren't a guy to live in religion. I'm on my period.
I'm like, Say what? They're like, you gotta go get those pads with the wings. Like, if those
We
pads
know,
had wings, they would fly here.
We know.
They'll come back with like 400 different kinds. I don't know what you wanted.
I am just like,
It was in that aisle for 4 hours.
Exactly. I'm thanking the
But,
goddesses for early
normalize
menopause.
that, though, like just having conversations about that, though. That's why people are grossed out or weirded out, because we don't share it enough in our culture. You know, like
It's true. It's not talked about.
it's
not
so
talked about at
normal,
all.
though. Like
It is very normal. It's a normal
Dawn,
bodily
no fear.
function.
Fuck yeah, no fear, Dawn.
The commercials I watch on YouTube are pretty funny about the whole period thing. Like,
oh yeah, they'll have like racier things. Like I think it's North America, because like when I go to Europe, they have like penises doing backflips on the TV, like for condom commercials. Yeah, it's amazing. I'm like, is that a dick doing backflips?
You're like, wait, where the fuck am I?
Are we?
Oh, Ireland. I'm in Ireland. Okay.
Boobs are everywhere. There's like TNA like all over the TV.
Like,
it's awesome. And
the
like,
weather lady is
armpit
just
hair.
like, and today on the weather, we have sun and it's coming up. And over here, we have.
There's so much full frontal. Like I'm like, what is this? An episode of Vikings? There's like dinks swinging.
She's just like doing a shimmy over there. Down here in Mexico.
Oh, Mexico.
Down in Chile.
You belong in Europe. We got to do a Europe tour now.
There's always someone.
Get your tassels, lady.
We're gonna have fart competition.
Oh my god, it's so
It's our checklist.
You should. You do.
Oh, Mike, you were in so much trouble, my friend. Oh.
You just wait, guys. It's gonna get crazy in Ohio.
Oh yeah.
Ohio next, then Europe.
Boys, are you ready?
Are you? I don't think you are. Oh my gosh, Tanya, you are so fun to hang out with. Thank you.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
I'm having
we want to know about your podcast though.
Yeah, tell us a little bit more about what you do so that
my podcast is like, honestly, what I call it is like it's like talk therapy. It is it's me like every week or 2 weeks. It's pretty smarmy. Like I get into music. I get into bitching about what's going on in the bearded community. If I call people out by name, but I also talk about weird culty things that I like. Like, for instance, we went on vacation not too long ago, and there was like an abandoned, like haunted house. So I'm like, I'm gonna go podcast from this stupid ass haunted house.
Yes.
Talk about mediums, cults. I got sucked into a cult. So I have a few episodes about that and how I got out of the cult, and I am a cult.
Ooh, I'm gonna watch those because we do subscribe to your channel. So I definitely. What's that one called?
Yeah, it's in some of the earlier ones. I'll try to. I'll message you and send it to you.
Yes, please do.
Oh my god, there's a few, and like the cover looks like me with a bunch of pictures of the Handmaiden's Tale on it. It looks like me as a bunch of Handmaiden's Tale ladies.
Oh my god. Awesome. I'm totally into the Handmaiden's
I love talking about things, and I expose this cult that's in our city. Because they sucked me in. And I expose a lot of things in people that don't like it. So I don't make a lot of friends. I have this habit where I tell the truth, and then it pisses people off.
High five, sister.
Yep. With that.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I totally do that.
This week's going to be a bit of a dragger. Like, it's going to be fun, but we are talking about a fundraiser, which is really cool. And actually, Mike, the hemp wizard, is part of it too. We're doing a fundraiser for, and the heart is perfect for a little boy and kind of the cardiac floor that he's on. His name is Roman, and it's called Beards for Roman. And we're raising money for him and his family and the expenses they've had to incur, because he's got a rare ventricular disorder. And my biggest weak spot is kids and animals. And so there've been a lot of fantastic grooming companies and beer companies that have like thrown in and everything like that. So I wanted to mention that charity. It's going on. You can find it on my Instagram. You can find it on like the Rockaholic Beer Company stuff if you want to find the grooming company. I'll send that to you girls.
Yes, we will put it on Musicians Hangout.
It's a wicked charity, and it's going to the people. Like, I know people run charities and then you never see them again. Right. These people are they're actually gonna visit. Seth and his family are going to visit Roman and their family. Yeah, beers for Roman.
Thank you, Hemp Wizard. Very good.
Hemp Wizard in the house.
Ohio, and they're going to present Roman and his family with the check, and as well as the cardiac floor.
Oh my God, yes.
So they're just amazing people.
That is super cool. I love meeting people in the industry that do stuff like that. We've been part of some charity events.
A lot of for cancers, a lot of cancer events.
And
good on you.
Rescues. We've been part of animal advocacy.
Yep.
So
it's like, I think if people have given to you and stuff like that, it's time to just give back. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm not here to make $1 million
cancer,
with a grooming company.
It was when I had cancer, a lot of people, they helped me out.
Yeah.
So maybe not financially, but they helped me out emotionally and spiritually.
Like have a good system around you.
Yes. So I always, anytime I can give back or be part of a cancer fundraiser thing, I definitely want to be a part of it.
People, you want to have that good support system around you. You want to have those people that will fight for you no matter what. When you can't fight for yourself, they got to advocate.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah.
And even though I came out in remission, not everybody does.
You're right. Yeah, and you're right. Absolutely.
I want to fight for those who are still fighting.
Big time. You're just like Biff Naked. Just out in remission and kicking ass.
Hell, I am, but I also fight for those of my brothers and sisters who are still fighting.
Exactly. There's still a huge fight to fight.
Absolutely. Yeah. My besties. So both of my best friends have had cancer. Grandmother of mine, an aunt of mine, like it runs deep in my family, and
same.
And I know
it's gigantic in our family.
It's just a kiss away or a breath away for me, maybe. And I definitely try to advocate for support for cancer survivors.
Big time.
Just make sure, here's one thing. Just make sure that when you go to the doctor, you make sure that they do a PSA count in your blood.
Mm-hmm. Always.
Because they do not do that. And that is the number one thing that will that will detect your cancers early is a PSA number.
Because it's usually not like an elective test.
Nope.
They don't, unless you ask.
Yes. So make sure you get a PSA test done.
They found stuff with me a couple years ago. How many years ago was it? After I was pregnant with my first son, they found something on the wall of my sinuses, and we were digging around in the dental offices. Yeah. And we're like, let's try this x-ray. And they're like, what's this on the floor of your sinus? No. So actually I tried some experimental therapy, and it was something not great. So I tried some experimental therapy with actually cannabis oil, and it shrunk everything. And I have been fine ever since.
Wow. And that's awesome.
I just hit 40. I'm fine. I'm in the best shape I've ever been. I'm
right. See, and that
weird, disgusting, vegan era of my life. I don't push my lettuce agenda on anyone else. So I'm a vegan, but I'm not a vegan. I don't preach. I'm like, I'm vegan. Yeah. No.
So you're not like one of those weird vegans, Seattle vegans. I call them Seattle vegans. I need tofu to everything. I just can't even handle that. It was cooked on something that had butter on it. Oh, I can't handle that. That's not vegan.
I went vegan for a minute because I found out I was allergic to cow dairy. So it was just easier, especially going out, to just go vegan. But I missed, I miss meat. I love meat. I
miss
grew up in the Midwest. I grew up on venison. So
same.
And I miss
Polish person.
So I was able to try other cheeses, and sheep and goat cheese don't affect my
bother you. See, and that's nice. It was only when I hit a certain age. We went on a business trip to Illinois, and I bought a huge everything in the barnyard burger, and I had a big fat beer. I had a Blue Moon or something like that, or a Shock Top or something. And so I was sitting there having a brew and having a burger, and then all of a sudden I was like, I think my ulcer's bleeding. This is not good. And like from that point on, I've been like, I don't drink alcohol anymore because I can't, and I can't have any meat or dairy or anything. So,
yeah.
But I'm also like a toxic little toddler when it comes to vegetables. So I live on like vegan Big Macs.
Yes.
I love vegan junk food.
Mm-hmm.
And my neighbor's also vegan.
Now they really do. Like there's a lot more.
I don't even know what vegan junk food is, but
it's like regular junk food with no meat in it.
Right. And no
I've had the Impossible Burger, and you know what? It's not that bad.
It's good. And Oreos are vegan.
Yes.
Oreos.
Yeah, I can have Oreos.
I can eat a whole case of Oreos. I'm gonna do a line like later. I'm just gonna do a whole line of cookies.
That's where it's at.
Totally
hardcore.
You're gonna go do a line. I'm like, of Oreos? You bet I am.
Fuck yeah. Double stuff, bitches.
No, but I don't like have too many like salads or anything like that. I am not that girly girl who has a salad. I'd rather like go grill like a veggie burger or something like
heavy,
that.
Something.
Yeah.
I got a vegan friend back in North Dakota who goes,
got jackfruit tacos, motherfuckers.
I want something that goes clunk in my stomach. And you can still achieve that as a vegetarian and vegan. There's heavy
absolutely
stuff yeah.
Well, there's really heavy. Like I made a mushroom casserole tonight. We have our like crew up from Texas, and I made like stuff with mushrooms and cauliflower, but I made like a bake. And my kids don't ever eat cauliflower, but it was vegan too. And they're like, oh, what is this? This is so good. I'm like, it's just good. It's a casserole.
Stuff and
just eat it. And I loved it. I just stuffed it with like, I made fried chicken with it. And I made like beans and stuff. And then I made baked potatoes. They're like, oh, I'll eat this. I'm like,
yeah.
If there's like chicken and gravy involved, they're like, I'll eat anything.
That's a staple. Come on, like that's a staple in the Midwest, especially. Like our cultures are very fried chicken and mashed potatoes,
and like having gravy at every meal. Like be like my partner and I were both vegan, but like our kids still eat meat and eggs, and because they're kids, they need to grow up on that stuff.
Cool that you're like letting them have their own palate. That's
we're very like child led, and like when they want to let their freak flag fly, they want to learn about church, I'll take them to church. They want to learn about a Buddhist temple, I'll take them to a Buddhist temple.
That's
right.
Cool.
Whatever you want.
I did the same.
Right. Let them explore shit.
Yep. My parents were totally open with how I explored my spirituality as I reached a certain age. I remember it was probably around 13 that they were like, do your own thing, like they both had different beliefs and encouraged me to explore. And I got to, I did explore different churches just to see what their cultures were like. I went to an international university in the Midwest and in North Dakota, and I had Hindu friends, I had Buddhist friends. I learned a lot from, just hanging out and listening to their beliefs and just taking it all in and making my own, type of spirituality through my own experiences.
I think that my parents realized that not everybody's path goes from A to B. Like sometimes you have to go through the whole alphabet. And my parents were like, well, my mom's still with us, but my dad's not Earthside. But my parents are just big hippies. And so I think they let us kind of, my sister kind of went from A to B, but me, I had to go through the whole friggin' alphabet. So I had to join all the meditation groups and try this and join this band and join that band. And then I had to tour here and I had to go there. And I'm like, I'm going to go live in New York. Fuck this. I'm going to drop out of school. Wow. My sister was really easy peasy. And now I'm the most mellow one in the family. Right. I'm settled down. I have kids. I have a husband. And it's hilarious.
That's cool.
It's you went and lived your life.
Yeah, it's done. I'm done living. I'm not done living, but I'm done.
But it's a different chapter.
You're done with that chapter of your life. Yeah. Now you're doing the mom podcast thing in your life.
Oh yeah, and I don't really talk about much mom stuff. And
no, you don't.
I talk about mostly my kids are included, but I'm send your kids out of the room.
Yeah, no, I love that you are just so real about it. You're just okay, check this out.
I think this week I'm calling out some misogyny, so it's gonna be fun.
Oh, yes.
Fun.
Yes, we gotta call it out. Blow up the patriarchy. Just blow it up.
Yep.
Yes. You know what? It's about fucking time.
And you know what? Shit suffers from it sometimes, but I don't care. I'm like, if you don't want to buy a beard oil from me because I don't like misogyny, then you're probably not going to like my beard oil because it doesn't have any misogyny in it.
Yes.
We make it for girls and guys, dude. So
we all have hair.
Not include.
It's all good.
And now it's a beaver buffer, so suck a dick.
Well, I find that people are too afraid to talk about, like, I'm afraid to talk about religion or I'm afraid to talk about politics. It's going to ruin my business. I'm like, you know what? I don't care. If I don't align with someone and they're terrible and, they say something like, my pronouns are fuck and you. I'm like, I don't think that we're probably going to be friends.
My pronouns are suck and a dick. So
I'm just like, I don't think we're going to be good friends. I just don't think it's going to happen.
Right. Not a match made in heaven.
So I just like, instead of like associating with those people or trying to force myself on anyone like that, I just stay in my own lane.
Yeah, I do the same. I stay in my own lane too. Like you do your own thing and I'll do mine, and I'm not going to judge you. I'm going to stay
once in a blue moon. I'm going to open my mouth though. Like especially when things happen, like when I see things happen, I call them out because I can't stop.
Right. Yeah. Some things need to be called out.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And the older I get, the more I feel comfortable doing that. I used to just be so like, all right, I'm not going to say anything, but now I say it and people are like empowered by that. When you say it, when you say what people are thinking, it empowers everyone in the situation.
Exactly. I'm just like, silence equals violence. Open your mouth.
Right? Yes.
Dude, fuck yeah.
And it's like mutual aid, right? It helps everybody. And it's like when there's access to that kind of mutual aid and mutual help, and that's community, and that helps everybody like in a lateral fashion.
It does. Well, and talking about those sensitive topics, like you mentioned earlier about, like religion, politics, some things that people tend to stay away from because they don't want people to get angry. Well, then don't react to it in anger. Listen and hear people out. Be on that neutral ground. Like
everybody's allowed to have their opinion. It may not match with yours.
One way and the other way. Exactly.
Yeah. Just because their opinion doesn't match with yours doesn't mean that it's wrong.
Just respond to it.
Yes.
I agree about being on exactly. Everyone has their own opinion, and you can be neutral and you can sit and respond and listen and be a good listener and be a good conversationalist. You could be on two opposite sides of the spectrum. And I've had conversations with people that I completely disagree with, but we've had great conversations.
Yeah. Right. And I'm friends with people like that too.
Exactly. I have tons of friends that I don't agree with at all. But we are friends because there are some things that we do get
exactly. There's some common ground there that
you. Yeah. And I'm like, if they're not a horrible person, if they're not like a racist or a rapist, I'm like, okay, we can still be friends. Yeah. There are big issues that I'm like, okay, these are deal breakers.
Those are deal breakers. There's got to be a line in the sand somewhere.
Yeah, there's definitely a line with
boundaries.
Exactly. You have to set your boundaries and keep your peace. And kind of like the Wu-Tang thing, protect your neck.
Yeah, oh god, Wu-Tang.
I love Wu-Tang. I love Wu-Tang so much. Actually,
I got some stories about Wu-Tang.
I have a scent that's coming out that's going to be Wu-Tang, but I think it's going to smell more like what do you call it? WAP.
Ooh, WAP.
Yeah, and I just see women in a bathtub with gold. What did you do with
yeah, right?
Yes.
With Zap.
Just cash rule everything around you. What is going on? What happened?
What?
I want to hear your Wu-Tang stories.
Okay, so Wu-Tang. So here in Seattle, we have a festival called Bumbershoot. And it's during Labor Day weekend. It's 4 days of hell. And my job was to drive the artists, from the airport to their motel or to their hotel, from the hotel to the venue back, Well, I had to go pick up Wu-Tang from their hotel, take them to the venue, and then when they got out of my vehicle, drive back to base. but the instructions were when I got to the venue to drive onto the stage. And then they would come out of the vehicle, which they did.
And they did.
And then they proceeded to jump on top of said vehicle and perform their show.
Yeah.
So I was stuck
Oh my God.
in the vehicle on stage during Pump Shoot.
Oh my God.
This is one of my favorite stories of hers. Seriously.
This is like the scariest story I've ever heard. It's like someone mobbing a car with the Beatles in it. Like,
dude, they were so high though, because like when I picked them up at the hotel, they were like, yeah, we're smoking, and they just hot boxed my vehicle.
It's because they're all a little bit
childish.
Exactly. Yeah. They're like chilled out. So like, well, you know what? This girl
they were
nice.
so funny though. Like, I mean, the guy had to call his name.
When you open the doors and like smoke comes out.
Oh man, it looked like a Cheech and Chong movie.
Oh yeah, and that's the funniest thing, right?
Yes. Oh my God.
So that's my Wu-Tang story.
Their name is Ralph. I was like, well, I'm like, we all know the references because we're all like the same age. So it's like we all grew up with the same thing.
Yes. Yes.
I like Wu-Tang a lot. We've had a lot of like fun rappers like visit London. We had Snoop Dogg come to London, and it was just like where he was playing was outside. It was just like a purple cloud, and he has friends with him, and they roll his blunts for him. Yeah, he doesn't roll his own blunts.
Yes, I've heard that.
So I ended up having a smoke with Snoop Dogg. I was
nice.
Like, this is weird. I'm like, but so cool. I'm like, that is shizzle. I'm crapping myself right now. I think it was probably the best pot I've ever smoked in my life.
Yeah.
It's like, what is in this?
Oh my God.
It's like good California weed.
He's probably got like garbage cans full of it. They all look like Oscar the Grouch and they're all hanging out in his house.
Totally.
Snoop Dogg and the Planet Smashers have the best marijuana.
Yes, they do.
I think that might be, required. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
There's fine print somewhere.
Dude, he has his own thing called Moon Rocks, for crying out loud.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Moon Rocks. I've heard about that. And then I know that Woody Harrelson's got some like cannabis cafes in West Hollywood now.
Really?
That doesn't even surprise me. Of course he does.
Not surprising. But yeah.
Huh. Like Woody Harrelson loves, I think he's a big advocate for marijuana, and he's a big advocate trying to get his dad out of prison, I think.
Oh, wow. Huh.
Like
I wonder what Daddy Harrelson did to get inside prison, though.
I don't know what he did. I have no idea how he got in, but I know he's not out.
Wearing those Bob Barkers.
He could have all those Barker's beauties. Like, I know why that lady squeezed him so hard and broke his ribs and gave him a hug, because it's the way he touched those Barker's beauties. You never saw Drew Carey do that. Drew Carey's just like,
nope.
Okay, girls.
You didn't.
But it's Drew Carey. I mean, Bob Barker's got
He's got like Drew's crew, and Bob Barker's got his beauties.
Yeah.
Bob Barker's like, have your pet spayed or neutered. Meanwhile, I'm going to stand here and I'm a walking boner with a microphone.
I need to be spayed or neutered.
Meanwhile,
his microphone was like super. And then
meanwhile, on Murray, Bob Barker, you are the father.
And like. And the guy who announced him, his name was basically Dick. His name is Rod Roddy. Roddy announced him. That show was all about dicks and misogyny.
Dick and dicks.
Spin a wheel. Like,
this is all stuff you should be taking notes for your show.
Oh yes. It's down. It's down. It's
dude,
going down.
Poor Vanna White. Like, how was her job interview? Now, do you know the difference between on and off? Do you know the alphabet? Do you know what a vowel is?
Do you know?
It's not a good job interview.
Can you spin things?
I've given a few job interviews like that, and they weren't good. I think people would come in and they thought just because, you know, they were a certain way or they knew someone, they'd get the job. I'm like, no, not with me. Because I used to work in healthcare before I did all this stuff. If you will leave blood on something, I will not hire you.
You can't do that.
It's nice to be retired from something like that. I have to go and check a blood sugar soon. Actually, hold on. I have to check a blood sugar.
Yeah.
No worries.
I might have to give a juice pop.
Yeah, it's actually.
We went way over time, but
Yeah,
I don't care because I'm actually getting to hang out with you. So I'm
having a great time.
I'm having a nice time too. It doesn't feel like a long time.
it
It
went
does
by
not.
really fast.
That's the wrong corner.
Well, we say time, but we are our own bosses here. Like we make up the time, but and it went by way too fast. I could hang out with you all night, man. Like,
I know.
Well, I want to thank you, like ladies, for having me on and asking me to be on. I'm honored.
Oh my God! Thank you. It's been such an honor.
Well, when I get the guest studio set up in the new house, I'll have you girls on me, and we can chat. That'll be fun.
Yes,
I haven't had guests in so long because I haven't been had like the proper setup for it.
Gotcha.
Let's just do it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, do it.
We'll do a side B.
Yeah.
Yes.
You would love that. Okay. Yeah. Yes.
Oh, yes.
I want you girls to enjoy your night, and I'm gonna go try to enjoy this ice storm.
Absolutely. Yeah, stay cool, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not going to go anywhere.
No,
stay cool.
Have some hot cocoa.
Take care.
Yes.
And we'll stay in touch. Thank you, Tanya.
Yes.
All right. Well, thanks for having me, ladies.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Tanya. You have a superb night.
All right, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we will see you next week. I'll take us out. Happy Wednesday. Here we go. Take care, everybody. We love you. Stay safe out there.